I'd like everyone in the audience to please take a moment and think of a stressful or traumatic event that has happened in your life. Whether it be a divorce, a death, anything of that sort, and I'd like you to think about how you were able to cope and move on from that event. Interpersonal communication is a coping mechanism humans use to get through stressful events that happen in their life. You should listen to this because interpersonal communication is always available to you. You can always talk to yourself no matter what, and it can be used to cope through situations. And when your interpersonal communication is better, your interpersonal communication will be better, which means you can understand your surroundings. My personal connection to interpersonal communication is that I literally talk to myself all the time. It's kind of bad. And I've also heard my friends and family talk to each other by themselves. And then I've also had to do hours of research on this topic in order to provide you guys with accurate information. First, we will discuss what interpersonal communication is and how it deals with your life. Next, we will talk about the different methods that stem from interpersonal communication. And lastly, we will talk about how interpersonal communication helps individuals move on. Interpersonal communication is a communicator's internal thoughts and language that are triggered by effects within life. This can be basically described as talk with oneself. It is very common and useful. Mark Platt's 2001 film, Legally Blonde, demonstrates how the main character, Al Wood, uses interpersonal communication to get not only through a breakup, but a new point of her life, law school. This clip shows how she uses interpersonal communication to talk herself through college.
Wish me luck, Bruiser. This is my first class as a serious law student. Totally off the cards.
Interpersonal communication can be used for both minor and major stresses. Elle Woods used interpersonal communication to not only talk herself into going to Harvard in the first place, but to help herself get through the first day. This clip showed how she used interpersonal communication to prosper and succeed as being a lawyer. It can also be a calming factor for anxiety because you can talk yourself through the situation and kind of just ease everything. There are many different coping methods that stem from interpersonal communication that individuals use. It involves humor, journaling, and ranting. Humor can allow for someone to appear happier when they're not so. It allows them to forget about the moments and focus on the good and what's in the present second. Journaling allows for someone to express their thoughts and opinions over what has happened throughout the day, the week, the year, anything like that. Ranting also allows people to express what they're saying by allowing them to say it verbally to themselves. This normally arises from anger, boredom, or stress. It is the literal form of someone having a conversation with themselves. Vickery, Keaton, and Bodie of some Southern Communication Journal from 2015 stated that high-level usage of image interactions as comfort and coping mechanisms are often associated with lower reported active empathetic responding. This means that if you can communicate better with yourself, you're able to communicate better with others because you can respond and form a process in your head of what you want to say. These coping methods allow for individuals to live better lives by enabling them to focus on moving forward. Understanding yourself allows you to build character in the ways of self-confidence, self-concept, and self-esteem. You can be your own personal motivator to encourage yourself to move on to new and better things. Morrison Malfrey's 2016 Fundamentals of Mental Health Care said that interpersonal communications are adaptive when they help us cope or focus our energies rather than constantly think about obstacles that are in our life. This means that we direct our mind on the positive things in life rather than focusing on the negative, which means that when people are having a more positive lifestyle, they tend to live happier. To restate, interpersonal communication is events. First, we talked about what interpersonal communication is and how it deals with your life. Next, we talked about the different coping methods individuals use to get through these situations. And lastly, we described how interpersonal communication can help individuals move on. In closure, I'd like to leave you with this quote. It is with passion, courage of conviction, and strong sense of self that we take our next steps into the world. Remembering that first impressions are not always correct. You must have faith in people, and most importantly, you must always have faith in yourself. And with that, I'd like to give you the motivation to always try to be the best you can possibly be and live your life. Interpersonal communication just may be what you need in order to move on from the traumatic or stressful events that are in your life. You are never alone.